What's up, guys? Welcome back to the next video on learning Java. My name is QDS Daniel, and you guys watching my channel Wood. Alright, so we have completed our installation for our IntelliJ IDEA, and so far we know computer hardware, we know the computer software, we have discussed the computer hardware and software, and we have discussed random access memories. Then we have discussed the motherboards. If you guys remember, we have discussed the compilers, interpreters, and Java virtual machines. So this is out of the way, and in the previous video we have installed Java, and we have included Java in our path environmental variable, and now we are ready to program in Java. Alright, so the first thing first is that we're going to discuss about the paradigm. What is paradigm? This looks very scary. I got a nightmare when I first hear about this ages ago, and this looks very scary, but it's not as scary. You can think this is like your friend's name. So paradigm is a theory or a group of ideas about how something should be done, made our thought about. Alright, so now there are two major programming paradigm. Alright, so the first one is a procedural programming paradigm, and the second one is object-oriented programming paradigm. So you can make yourself very familiar with the OOP. OOP stands for object-oriented programming. Alright, so I'm not sure why. Okay, object-oriented programming. Okay, so as I said, the procedural one, so the procedural programming paradigm started in 1970s with which we had many languages such as A, B, C. You can see ALGOL and many old languages, and the object-oriented programming paradigm started after 1985 with the arrival of C++. So if you know that the C and C++ is quite similar, because the C1 was before 1985, around 1970s, everyone used to program with C, and after that the C++ jumped in, and all of a sudden everything has changed, because the C++, you guys can see here, this C++ means classes, and with the classes we gonna go on object-oriented programming paradigm, and Java is written in C++. So Java is written in C++. So if the C++ have a classes, and if it's object-oriented programming, then Java is also OOP. So Java is general purpose object-oriented programming. So, and if you want to learn Java, then you need to be very familiar with the object-oriented programming. And as I said, that C++ have a classes, same as Java. Java starts with the classes. So Java is very deeply object-oriented programming. Everything starts with the classes in Java, and we're gonna go slowly, bit by bit. If you guys not familiar with object-oriented programming, then we're gonna make sure that you guys understand the OOP of the object-oriented programming in Java. Alright, so we're gonna come here, as I said, the object-oriented programming, or OOP. So in object-oriented programming, as I mentioned, that the C++ have a classes. What is classes? Classes are like blueprints, or you can say classes are like a template, or you can say classes are like prototypes. So with the classes, you can make a class of anything. Say for example, you can make a class Apple, you can make a class of humans, you can make a class of cars, vehicles, trains. You can make a class of anything that you want computers to understand. And the second one we're gonna see are as objects. What is objects? Objects are like things around us. Say a car drives on the road is object. Say when you see a bus, our truck, our train, our airplane, our police station, say for example our traffic lights, everything's a class, everything's an objects. So in computer programming, but we are not talking about the real world objects, but we are inside the computer, how we gonna explain the objects in computer programming. So objects are instances of classes. Did we mention classes? Yes, there is a classes here and there is objects here. Each object has its own state. Keep in mind, every object has a state, it has a behavior, and it has an identity. So for example, we have a class vehicle. So now we have a class vehicle, and then we're gonna come, because the vehicle is not a specific vehicle, because we didn't mention Toyota, we didn't mention vehicle can be anything. Vehicle can be van, vehicle can be, say for example, utility, wagon, any type of the vehicle that has a tires. So we're not specifying how many tires the vehicle has, we are not specifying what sort of engine, if the vehicle is carrying goods or not goods, or passenger, whatever the vehicles. A taxi can be a vehicle, a car can be a vehicle, your anything can be a vehicle, a truck can be a vehicle. Now if the vehicle can be a class, we have a class vehicle, then how are we going to make objects? Objects, we can make instance of the class. Say for example, we can make a car. Car is can be instance of the class, instance of vehicle class, or instance of the class vehicle. Say for example, truck can be instance, bus can be instance, motorcycle can be instance, anything that you guys can imagine, because here we are not specifying anything. And I think there is motor cycle. Okay, and if you look at here, the truck, and we mentioned the car, the truck, bus, motorcycle, just to name a few, they have a state and they have a behavior and they have an identity. All of the above mentioned, that we say that truck, it has an identity, because we know this one is a truck. We can differentiate between the truck and the car. We know that the car is different than the truck, and the truck is different to the bus, and the bus is different to the motorcycle. All of them comes under the category of the vehicles, but they are different instances of this class, and all of them have a state, and all of them have a behavior. And now finally we come here in our abstraction. Because if you guys want to learn Java, you guys need to be familiar first with the classes, secondly with objects, third we can see as abstraction, then we can see encapsulation, then we can see inheritance, and finally we can see the polymorphism. If it sounds very strange to you, or it doesn't make sense, don't worry. Just think of this abstraction as like your friends that you know, for say from the high school, and you know encapsulation is just like another friend that you met in your last holiday. And think of this inheritance just like a friend that you met last week, and this polymorphism just like another friend that you're meeting now. So just think of the friend. Don't be frightened, or don't be confused, or don't be anything, because slowly as we're gonna go along with this course, then you guys gonna be very familiar with abstraction, then you guys gonna be with encapsulation, then you guys, I'm gonna make sure you guys gonna be very familiar with the inheritance, and finally you guys gonna be very familiar with polymorphism. If you speak Greek, then it should make sense to you, because poly means many and morph means forms, many forms. All right, so we're gonna come to abstraction. So what is abstraction? As abstraction only show the essential features and hiding background details of implementation. What do we mean by only showing essential features? Say for example, you guys are having a car. So I'm gonna come here. You guys go and buy car, and you guys can sit in the car. You guys can drive car. You guys can take the steering wheel and go. You guys can open the car door. You guys can use say for example brake, accelerator, You guys can use the sensors, whatever. You guys can use a blinker. You guys can put a hazard lights. Hazard lights are the two lights that blinks. You guys can use a left right blinkers or indicators, whatever, but you guys not necessarily know the engine, because the manufacturer of the car, whichever car is, they hide the engine from you. So it means they are abstracted the engine from your eyes. You as a driver, you do not necessarily know the engine, what happens inside the engine, how the pistons connected to the engine, and what sort of how many liters are the engine. So what is the timing belt of the engines, how the all the electronics of the vehicles, all the sensors of the vehicles, all the computers of the vehicles, how the lights connected to the battery, how the battery is starting the car, how the radiator works, how the coolant works. You guys do not necessarily know any of this. Whatever happens inside the engine, you just starts the car and the car moves with the help of the engine. You pay, say for example, if you are paying too much, a lot of money, you're gonna get a big car with a big engine. If you gonna pay less economical, you're gonna get a less powerful engine. But it depends how much you guys wanna pay. But in either case, you guys do not necessarily know what's going on inside the engine, and this is we call abstraction. We as a computer programmers, we make a program, but we hide everything from the users. How we implement our classes, how we implement our methods, and what we do with our objects. That's our business. It's not a user's business to know. Users can come here and can use the interface of this. Say for example, we are using the IntelliJ IDEA, but we are using the interface of this program. We don't know how the IntelliJ IDEA built this IDE for Java for us to use. How they do that, we don't want to know. We don't care. And same as you guys don't care how the manufacturer of the car, say for example Toyota or Suzuki, how they implement the engine. You don't care. You just go there and you want to drive, you want to use the vehicle. Same as our program. When we build our program in Java, the users, they don't care how we done it. So it's called abstraction. And now we're going to come in encapsulation. If it sounds like a capsule, you're right, because it is derived from the capsule, because it's in capsule they hide everything. So we hide. If you look at the capsule, say for example any capsule, they hide all the ingredients from the users. It just exactly here we are hiding information from other classes. Internal working of the software, we do not allow our data to move freely inside the systems. We're putting restrictions around our data. So this is called encapsulation. So, and if it doesn't make sense, don't worry about it, don't stress, just take it easy. So think of encapsulation as your another friend that you met somewhere in your holiday. So but at the moment, just think of encapsulation hiding information. That's it. If you know this one, hiding information, and that's all good to go. So, and then we're gonna come in inheritance. So the simplest example we can give for inheritance is just like we all have a parents, and we can inherit, say, our color, our eyes color, for example, eyes color, and our height, say our hair color, for example, hair color. We inherit everything from our parents. We can even inherit property or properties from our parents. If you're wealthy and your parents wealthy, you can inherit a big property from your parents. That's everyday English, and it happens all the time because people inherit all the properties from their parents. But in programming, it's called reusability process, which one object acquire the properties of another object. Say we have a parent class, our base class. We have a base class, and keep in mind in Java this is called super class. I'm not going to go in this because I don't want to confuse you. And we have a child class, our drive class. Child class extends base class. for example. But I don't want to confuse you, because you guys need to absorb a lot with the polymorphism and with the inheritance. So just think of inheritance as if you guys wanna say inherit your eyes color, our hair color, our height, our anything else, just like we inherit from our parents. And polymorphism is a Greek word. As I said initially before, if you're Greek, you should know that polymorphism. Poly means many, morph means form. So it means something, the ability of objects or something that have many forms. So generally associated with many forms. So this is if you guys remember this or just a bit. And I know this is a bit scary: polymorphism, inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction, and objects and classes. A little bit scary. It sounds very scary, but you can think of this one as your friends. That by now, if you understand like just a little bit of these classes, our objects, our abstraction, our encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, you are all good to go. And now we're going to come towards the Java part. So there are three most software components of Java development that you're going to hear all the time. The first one is Java Development Kit, that you're going to hear all the time. So what is the Java JDK or Java Development Kit? Java Development Kit or JDK is a central core collection of classes and tools to do coding in Java. That's what we need as a developer. We need this one, JDK. And what is JRE, Java Runtime Environment? This component is used to combine the code output done inside the JDK with additional software libraries, allowing Java code to execute. It's just like a runtime. Think of this as a runtime, that something's moving running on something in one sort of environment. Java Virtual Machine, we already explained to you guys at the beginning of this course, that the Java program that can run on any device or operating system. What is jars, our Java archives? So jars, our Java archives, are files with the star, you can see here .java, are compiled into the files with star.class. So that that's the extension of Java.java are compiled in the file with .class and packaged into one or more jars. All object types are described as .java. All objects in Java are organized into packages. A package is a logical collection of the types and hierarchy of directories. As I said, when we learn Java, the package is very important. Say for example, if you guys have a package in when we create our program, we are creating packages, and is a logical collection of types and hierarchy of directories. You can see this one as a directory. A package, we can make a lot of packages for our software. Say we have say making one package or two packages or three packages, making a package of our projects. Then we make another package. Say for example, our model, our controller. We can make a lot of packages in Java, which we're going to discuss in the future videos. Packages must be unique. And it should have a reverse order. So now if you have a http www.coraiwood.com, in a package we can see reverse it. So we're going to put a com.coraiwood.www, and that's how we're going to achieve the uniqueness in this one. If you look in here, the first one in the Java directory, and if you go in the Java directory, if you go there, then you're going to see com. Then the second directory is you're going to see that Coraiwood. Then you're going to see www. That's what now it's a package. It becomes like a tree. So the com is here, then it becomes a Coraiwood. It is here, it is www. If you guys planning to use Android, this is very common practice into Android and Java. If you have done Android, and I'm gonna start Android soon, because once we finish Java, then I'm gonna start the Android, and we're gonna see that how common it is inside the Android So we put a reverse order or package. Instead of putting www.coraiwood.com, we can put it com coraiwood.www. And after Java 9, Oracle introduced modules. There is something called modules, and it starts with Java 9. And what is the modules? Modules are used to group packages. So a package is logical collection of types and hierarchy of directories, and the modules are used to group packages. So keep in mind, if you haven't heard of the modules, now you're going to hear that there is something called modules inside the Java. And you're going to see these guys here. Packages is a lot, and make sure you understand this, because packages comes into reverse order. Alright, so now we're gonna come to the Java coding. So now we're gonna see the access modifiers. In Java, everything is a access modifier. So what is access modifier? Say for example, if you guys want to create a class, our method, you guys needs to put an access modifier. So if you want to put a class, we're going to put a public, then you put a class, then you put the name of the class. Say you can put a public or a private or protected. Say public class, say world, or you can put a public class, USA public class, anything that you guys like, public class. So you can put a public, and you can put a class, and put a, say for example, Superman or Batman. You can put your name, anything that have a public, and members can be accessed from anywhere. It means just like if you guys go on social media, Facebook or any other social media, if you guys writing something and you want to make it public, it means anyone can see it. That's exactly true in Java. If you guys making something public, it means all members can be accessed from anywhere. So the second one comes in a private. You can make your class private as well. The members can only be accessed in own class. So when you put something private, for example, if you guys gonna put private, say private, or if you guys making a method, or say method name, then now this private method name, whatever you guys creating, is can only be accessed inside this class. And finally, we're going to come here as a protected. Members can only be accessed from within own package or subclass. And if you put protected, then the members can only be accessed from within our own packages and subclass. Okay, there are times you guys are going to see inside the Java, it's just a class, Coraiwood. Keep in mind, we're going to work on access modifier in the future videos as well. So don't stress. We're going to come here, and I'm going to explain very in detail what is public, what is private, what is protected, because I know it's a bit hard for you all to absorb all of this in one day. So it's nearly impossible, but we're going to explain this slowly, bit by bit. And this is our don't be afraid, don't be intimidated, don't be anything about, because you're gonna seeing this for the first time. Don't, because we're gonna go through this one again and again and again till you guys are very familiarized. So we're gonna go on this one again, say we're gonna go on this ones again, because all of them say this one gonna take a long time for you guys to get used to it, and this one's also gonna take a long time, and this one's gonna take at least 10 videos for you guys to get used to it, and same as this one. Then we're gonna go encapsulation at the end of the course, and finally you guys gonna understand the polymorphism when you guys gonna get very advanced. So don't stress, no problem at the moment. If you guys need to understand this packages, because soon we're going to start the Java and we're going to start the packages. So you guys, and keep in mind, you guys understand that the package comes in the reverse order. That's it. That's all I want from you guys, to understand the package in reverse order. And you can see this one, there is access modifier, and keep in mind, you guys just remember this public. So as I said to you guys before, you guys can use IntelliJ IDEA with Kotlin as well. So as I said, this is Kotlin. If you don't know Kotlin, this is Kotlin. I'm running another course on Kotlin, say here. If you want to find out about Kotlin, you guys gonna see here that this is a Kotlin, and the beauty of this one is that you guys can use the IntelliJ IDEA for Kotlin, because Kotlin is a programming language for Android, same as Java. Java is also programming language for Android. So you, with the Android programming, you guys can use a Java, or you guys can use it Kotlin. Both of them is gonna work for the Android, no problem. And keep in mind here, we are using first app.kt, but here import java.util, because Kotlin runs on Java, Java virtual machine. Keep in mind that Kotlin also have its own virtual machine, but now we have Java. If you guys go and see here that they import java.utility, and we have a dot star means all, bring all, import all of them here. So this is a Kotlin code. Alright guys, so I wrap up this video here, because it's very too much for you guys to absorb in just one video. So I hope you guys not getting tired, and I'm gonna continue this one, creating the projects, and we're gonna go and do coding into Java in the next video. So I'll leave you guys. I'm gonna recap this one again. If you guys know this one, that we have discussed Java object, we have discussed the paradigm, and we said that there is a procedural programming paradigm and object oriented programming, and it starts, procedural one starts in the 1970s, and the object oriented starts in 1985. Why we are I'm showing you this one, because Java is object oriented programming. So, and we have explained to you about the class, object-oriented class programming paradigm, and we said that about classes, objects, abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, and polymorphism. And keep in mind, don't be afraid of these things, and don't be intimidated, because you can think all this one all as your friend. And we have discussed about the JDK, JRE, JVM, and jars about the Java, and we have discussed about the packages, which we're going to see on the next video, how we're going to create our package, and we're going to see all the modules in the next video too. And as I say to you guys, keep in mind, when you see this one, you're going to see this one as a Korai would, or www, if whatever you can, if you have a website, or you can create something similar like this, www your name, your company name.com, and inside the Java you always put a com, Corayo, and then you put a www, just put a reverse order to make it unique. And keep in mind that we have discussed access modifiers in Java, because we are very important. We have covered the public, private, and protected. And as I said to you guys, with the classes, you guys can use it public, private, or protected, and we have discussed all here. The next video we're gonna go here and create this, go inside here with the project. As I said, you guys are not gonna see this one, because I'm using IntelliJ IDEA for a very long time, and I'm running another one. I'm teaching Kotlin, and as I said to you guys here, I'm teaching Kotlin, and the Kotlin syntax is very different. And even here, if you look in here, Kotlin runs on Java virtual machine and uses Java at the background, the Java engine. So the Kotlin is just a little bit different from the Java. If you guys willing to learn Kotlin, by all means, you guys are more than welcome to go and watch my another videos about the Kotlin that I have created. All these videos, you're going to see all these videos. There are like nearly 40-45 videos, and I think more than that about the Kotlin. You guys can watch all the Kotlin here. And the Kotlin, you can see that it starts ends with KT, not just like Java. Java ends with Java, JAVA. So in the next video, we're gonna go here in the file, and we're gonna create our project with the Java, and then we're gonna go in the and start. I'm gonna explain to you guys about the Java internal, how the Java coding structures are. So, alright guys, that's it for this video. If you have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.